What's up guys, it's Jughead here, just a down-to-earth guy trying to bring you some down-to-earth content. Welcome back to my Let's Watch Hunter x Hunter series. Today, we are going to be watching episode 5 titled Hisoka is So Sneaky. Now, I love the title of that episode because that just means I'm getting the only thing I want in life is more Hisoka. Again, what I've just read in the comments is I can't wait till he meets Hisoka. Hisoka is my favorite character. We're getting more Hisoka. In episode 4, okay, before we get into episode 5, you already know, I think you can already see how hyped I am because we're riding on the coattails of episode 4. If you watched episode 4, hour-long video from me with a half-hour discussion because episode 4 gave me 3 pages worth of notes to discuss because there was so much in that episode. Perfect story arc structure, perfect character development, perfect level of action, perfect level of mystery and nuance and intricacy and symbolism and just it was the perfect it was a perfect episode. I had zero complaints about that episode. It just left me so happy and just hyped to keep on going. So that's where it's kind of like, ooh, can episode 5 keep up that quality? And like I'm saying, I just want to get into the nitty gritty. I'm not even into the meat and potatoes of it. You guys say that in the comments too. You're like, dude, you're only on episode 4. Wait until you're on episode X or at this story arc. And it's like, okay, let's keep going with this. So where we left off on episode 4 is we're still in phase 1 of the Hunter exam. We got out of the tunnel and we're making our way to the Swindler swamp. So now we're going to be seeing hopefully some more character development, especially out of Killua, because now he's kind of in the God Squad. He's like the duo with Gon now, where I think Kurapika and Leorio are a duo, and I think Gon and Killua are going to be the duo of themselves, because they're the same age, they're kids, while Kurapika and Leorio are kind of like the most polar opposite dynamics of logic and reason versus emotion and just like emotion and then logic are those two. So hopefully we get to see more of Killua, and like I said in the previous episode, I think he's gonna eat his words on him saying that the test is so easy. And I'm just excited to get more monsters, beasts, mysterious locations, treasures, because that's what the show starts off with saying every episode. And now we're heading into Swindler Swamp with animals only meant to deceive humans. And we got a little bit out of that out of the man-faced ape, which is a really cool dynamic of pitting me, myself, or the watcher into testing themselves to see if they would pass or not. I wasn't falling for that shit. I knew the truth. I was not being swindled. So just more tests that are being presented to you while the story's playing out. And hopefully we get more of that in episode 5. But the episode is titled Hisoka is So Sneaky. So I'm just like, where is this going to be going? I don't even care because it's about Hisoka. And again, that's all I want in life because that dude is just so badass. Like I said before, don't even care that he's a bad guy or would be considered a bad guy because there's no such thing. And I can't help but like him because the way he looks, the way he talks, the way he acts, he's just a badass motherfucker. So without further ado, I just want to get in this episode. You guys do too. So let's just watch. So in 3, 2, 1, play. Let's do this. That is an ugly ass iguana. That's my first thought right there. You know, I got my notebook on deck. If I'm gonna have to restock up on notebooks because 3 pages just in one episode, and I'm only on episode 4. I'm gonna have to keep a steady stock of notebooks and pens. Again, just getting their recap of previous episode, taking place exactly where I left off. Hisoka is just a frickin' badass mofo. Even down to whoever the voice actor is, perfectly embodies who Hisoka would be. Let me just title this Hunter x Hunter episode 5. Hisoka is so sneaky. I can't wait to find out what the hell that means. We are going into the Swindler swamp. The God Squad has to stick together. Like Sato said, If you lose sight of him, you're screwed. Is this one of the animals meant to deceive? Again, he's doing his stupid skipping. Let's see what happens here. How many are gonna fall? 36 people failed the tunnel. How many people are gonna fail here? And you don't just fail, you die. You die. I wonder if Tonpa is gonna fail here. Or how far does Tonpa go? I wanna see more of all these characters too. But most of all, Hisoka, number 44. Okay, that's annoying. Are all the animals gonna be deceptive? Or is it just gonna be like these huge creepy monsters? Or that weird-ass man-faced ape? I still love how Leorio's just running shirtless. That dude is shredded, sticker on the pec, but he's still got the tie on. What a badass. Oh, these people are fucked. We'll take advantage of the fog to get rid of... Dude, I feel like there's one person you don't want to mess with. It's the guy who nearly killed someone, who killed someone last test, and then cut a guy's arms off before the exam even started. Yeah, I would get away from Hisoka too. Yeah. That man's got a teardrop under his eye. I think people know what that means. That man's killed a few people. That man's been to prison. Yeah, we should all move up. Hey, keep your eye on Satots. Yeah, you guys can't see shit. Yes, you guys are the duo, they're the duo. You guys are good. Go with Killua. I have water this time because last time I said I had to end the discussion because my voice was so dry. I have the water on deck. Okay. I just spilled all over myself. I'm a dork, I can't even drink water. What the fuck? Did they just lose their heads? Their heads are strawberries? What the? What the hell are you guys doing? What the fuck? Noggin Luggin Tortoise? What the hell name is that? That's not a that's not a tortoise. That is a long-necked dinosaur straight out of Land Before Time. I was not expecting that type of deception where you have goddamn the juiciest fucking strawberries on your back. Uh-oh. Shrooms. Uh-oh. All that psilocybin, you about to be joining a Joe Rogan DMT podcast right now. What the hell? Are there mushrooms growing out of those guys' heads? How many people have fallen just now? How many people are we losing? Oh, yeah. It's not even like, you can't even help it. These people aren't even trying to get deceived. Just straight up butterfly. A butterfly just flew across the screen and you're done. Like, I thought it was gonna be deception, like some trickery going on. But everybody's just falling every which way. So everybody's just lost the way of Satots. Okay, that is not him. What the hell is this? You're all screwed. Why would you do that? That has to be a man-faced ape too, right? Did they just fall off a cliff? Oh! There is no censorship right now. Jesus! So every animal is just out to get you, even that little raven right there. Jesus! I can't trust nothing. I wouldn't even trust that little plant in the corner. Jesus! Uh-oh, no, oh god. Oh! Frog in waiting? What the f... Hey, in the belly of the frog? What the hell? Yo, what the f... What is going on? I am mind blown. What the fuck? Oh! Ow! Jesus. Can Kurapika just fucking fly? What are her weapons? They look like half nunchuck, half like... Because it has the rope in between. It's like some Bruce Lee type action. How the hell are they getting out of this frog? What do I even write notes on? Oh, what's going on? Did it just puked? It didn't like you guys? I feel like that's lucky. Oh, genius. Tonpa helped out. Hey, so the theory that Tonpa is a good guy is kind of being supported a little bit more, because that just saved their lives. The test is always different every year, though, right? So it's like they don't go on the Swindler swamp every year, right? Like this, it's always a different like test, different setting type thing. Oh man, everybody's just lost. Jesus. Nope, stay away from Hisoka. Stay away from that guy. He's just he doesn't give a fuck what's going on. Oh, there's about to be a duel. Oh, hell yes, dude. Okay. Oh. Oh, man. Put the bar down on that roller coaster, because we're about to be going. Ooh. Hisoka's such a bad... With the hair, the fit, the voice, the mannerisms. He's just such a cool fucking character. I love how he always gets the Latin guitar. So that's it. You wish to play the examiner. God, whoever is the voice actor of this guy, I hope he got paid a lot. Dude, I love just that low-key, just like, don't give a fuck attitude voice. What's going on? Oh, God. Oh, shit. Okay, so does he have powers? Or what's going on? Did he just slit all their necks? Did he just slit their throats? Yeah, get the fuck out. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Is this man even human? Oh! What the fuck? Oh, dude. What are these cards made out of? Oh. God. Jesus. Oh my God. That was insane. Oh. He's so fucking badass. Care to play? God. That's so just intimidating. He better be like in every episode, because he's just such a fucking badass. He even makes the ridiculous fit cool. Like, you have clown shoes on, you have makeup on, you have the most absurd outfit on, but I don't want to take a fucking jack of spades in the back of my head. Ooh, she's got the plan. He's more experienced in real combat. He has to have a weakness though. Yeah, you guys don't even have beef. You don't even got beef. Did he slit their throats though? So there's like no censorship anymore, which is a good thing. People just dying, straight getting murked. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I love this animation style too. Just adds to the suspense. Just the animation, the color. Ah. The wave and the... Ooh. Get the fuck out. See, oh my god. See, Jesus. Why do squirrels got horns and shit? That man don't give a fuck. He ain't running, he's walking. Oh shit. Is he about to meet his match? Did he come back? Wait, is that Leorio? Oh shit! Oh my god! What the hell? What the fuck? Yo! Okay, so does he, is he a, I don't even know. Is he a fucking magician? Or does he, or is these actual like powers? Do people actually have powers in this game? I mean, not game, show. Oh! Gon! My boy Gon! Hell yeah! God Squad. Where the hell did this kid come from? God Squad. Oh, you got here right in time, dude. You actually got a hit on him. Oh, damn. You bet your ass it's a fishing pole. Where's Kahlua? No. You grip that shit tight? Cut your nails, dude. Oh! Bruh. I don't even understand. Dude! This is so cool! I need to know Hisoka's background. Like, that'll be fascinating. Dude. Is this man even human, bruh? How is this guy not a hunter? I want to know how he's not a hunter already. Is it because his, like, greed or, like, temptations get the best of him? What the fuck? Are you choking him? Okay, pull the Arya Stark. Pachang! Let go of him right now. Where the hell is Kahlua? Where the hell is Kurapika? You're getting too much joy out of choking a child. Is this guy a weirdo? Okay, so this guy has an agenda. Is this guy a good guy? Dude, what? Is he an examiner? I'm so confused. Is he a good... He has his own philosophical agenda? So, okay, see, again. Everybody's a great character. He's not a bad guy. He's not really a good guy, but he's like, I didn't kill your friend. You passed. Like, go become a good hunter. I'm so confused. Like, you can just hear the gasping. Like, that's just a bonus in acting of just like, let's make it completely silent except for the faint gasping. Who is this guy? Oh, that's the weird guy. So everybody made it except them. Well, not everybody, because a lot of people got fucking fucked. Like, a group of people just fell through spikes off a cliff, so they didn't make it. But I need to know what the hell is up with Hisoka, because that was, like, mind-blowing. Like, what? Leorio's cologne is very unique. See, the instincts. He's one with nature, dude. And he still has his briefcase. Yeah, I need to know that too. That's what I'm asking. Yeah, is he playing like judge? That's cool. That's a cool shot. Yeah, he has his own, like, standards. Yeah, they met his standards. His philosophical standards of what makes a good fighter, a good hunter. No, you weren't. You landed your first hit on him, and you kept going back at it to protect and save Leorio. I think it's also because they had good reasons. They were defending themselves, not attacking. Yeah. You guys, you were trying to save Leorio. Leorio was trying to avenge the people he attacked. Yeah, that's all impressive. I want to know, is it like, why do you kill them? Is it because they were trying to attack him instead of you're just trying to defend yourself, or you're going on the offensive for good reasons? Dude, exactly. Killing you now might be a waste. You're just being honest. Yeah, that had to be an adrenaline rush too. The most, yeah. So riveting. The fight or flight response, and you were fighting, dude. The most badass 12-year-old I've ever seen in my life. Probably just like his dad, too. Possibly why everybody knows who his dad is then. For the first time in his life, Gon experienced mortal fear. These guys are just going to evolve into, like, I can't wait to see their growth. 220 candidates have withdrawn, leaving 148. See, where's Hisoka going with Leorio? Okay, let's discuss that episode kicked ass. If you watched episode 4, which I hope you did, because then why are you watching episode 5 before episode 4? You know that episode 4, I wrote 3 pages worth of notes for that episode. Well, the record's been broken. Like I said, I'm going to have to keep buying more notebooks, because episode 5, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I didn't know it was this much. 7 pages worth of notes for episode 5. Now, I will admit, I don't write big, but I do write in like all caps, and I like to space out my paragraphs. But I wrote paragraphs, and it's 7 pages worth of notes. Even if somebody else wanted to write these, it'd be at least maybe 4 to 5 pages worth of notes. It is summary, it is theories, it is my like thoughts, so it's everything 7 pages worth. So again, that's why I have my glass of water here, because we have a lot to talk about. So let's get right into the notes. The first thing I wrote down, obviously going in order to how the episode played out, was Kahlua tells Gon they should run ahead to avoid Hisoka. Gon and Kahlua were like the duo in the episode. They were the people sticking together, while Leorio and Kurapika were like in the back, and they were running together. And Kahlua's smart. He knows you don't want to be anywhere near Hisoka. Let's run ahead. And it was, but you also, because Kahlua has no other connections with anybody else in the group. So he's like, okay, let's just leave your friends, Kurapika and Leorio. Who cares? We got to worry about ourselves. So Kahlua's kind of in his own mindset. It's more so, he likes Gon, but it's still every man for himself. And besides that, really, we got nothing of Kahlua this episode. But to me, that says more about his character than it doesn't. Having Kahlua be absent in what took place in this episode, to me, speaks more about Kahlua's current state as a character than it doesn't say anything, if that makes sense. It does give you some information about him, and I'll discuss that more as we progress through my notes, which is then we progress more through what took place in the episode. So Kahlua says that he can smell Hisoka's bloodlust in the air, and Gon takes it seriously, which to me, it goes back to, remember when he was on the ship and he's like, you can smell the rain in the air, so he can smell the storm in the air, so he knows that a storm is coming. So Gon is like, he's like one with nature almost. He's like very instinctive. I don't know what you want to call that, where it's like, he has like a very earthly being, because that's just like the way he grew up. He's like a very, I don't even know what the adjective you would want to use to describe him. But Gon takes that seriously, which to me symbolizes his naivety and like his childish innocence, that he doesn't know that Kahlua is like being hyperbolic and just saying something metaphorically and not literally saying you can smell Hisoka's bloodlust in the air. You can just, Kalua's just saying, yeah, there's a lot of tension right now. You can if you know Hisoka, you know some shit's about to go down. So I think that just plays more into Kahlua being the more like, I don't know, aware one. They're both the same age, and they both have their caveats, their strengths, and then their downfalls. And right here, you kind of get that sense of Gon being the very instinctive one, like he's like connected to the earth and to nature a little bit more than everybody else. But being 12 years old, he's very naive. He has that childhood innocence that needs to break first. And that, of course, comes with life experience. And so Kurapika tells Gon not to worry about them. And that kind of just feels to me like, yeah, don't worry about me and Leorio. Kurapika and Leorio are the duo. They're the most experienced, being the oldest and most willing to fight. So if anything would go down with Hisoka, which we know it fucking did, Kurapika and Leorio, they're older than Kahlua and Gon. They're more experienced. They're older, and they seem like to be the ones that are more willing to fight. Like if you got a scrap, Kurapika and Leorio got no problem. We've seen that from Kurapika and Leorio fighting each other and fighting with each other, and just the things that they've gone through. So like examples of, I thought, was Leorio and Kurapika almost dueling on the ship in the middle of a storm as well. And then Leorio almost attacking that old woman because he was so annoyed by her, and Kurapika getting in between him and the old woman, stopping him. So both of them are just willing to just scrap. But when we got into the Swindler Swamp, it was like a completely different turn of events than I expected. Oh, also, it's so hot in Chicago right now. I have my windows open, and so hopefully you don't hear honking and whatever from outside, because I do live like right in the city, so you're going to hear a lot of stuff. But like I was saying, there were the weirdest animals and like the weirdest turn of events that I did not expect. I expected more mind games and like being outsmarted, outwitted, and outplayed. And it was just kind of like, I don't know. I didn't not like it, but it was like when you see something like the noggin lugging tortoises and they just have strawberries on their backs as bait, like you obviously deserve to die and get ate and lose if you're gonna just see these huge strawberries the size of your head floating in midair and you're gonna go walk after them. I feel like that was kind of weird, but it was cool seeing Leorio and Kurapika face one, because then it cuts to that scene of like Leorio getting whipped around because he's holding onto a log that is in the dinosaur's mouth, and Kurapika. Okay, this is where I'm like, I'm still confused if people, and I don't want it spoiled for me. I'm not asking you guys. I'm kind of just asking myself, or like reflecting on myself. I want to know, because I don't understand it yet. Do people actually have abilities, or is it just like this hyperbolic, like just the animation of making it seem like they do, of if Gon is just super agile, that he can jump, like move super fast up trees and just jump far and like do all these agility based moves. And then in this scene you see Kurapika, if she has powers, because you see she just like jumps and floats in the air and then some like hovers in the air. Again, I don't know if that's like supposed to be some animated slow motion, or if it's actually her like jumping and floating in midair and then comes down with her weapon and stabs the dinosaur tortoise hybrid thing in the eye. So that's what I'm confused about, because between like Hisoka and his abilities, and then for a Pika and what you can mildly see that she can do, and then kind of Gon, because I haven't seen Kahlua do anything yet, and Leorio is just is like the only things we've ever seen him do is just nothing really weird about that. Then you see Gon and Kahlua just eaten by this frog in waiting. Again, he's hiding underground and his mouth is just sitting here while you have this earth ground above him. So you fall down and you get in his mouth. That's not really even deceptive, because that's just inescapable, and like you can't even see that coming. There was no deception in there, in my opinion. It was literally you just fell into a trap. That's technically deception because you got tricked, but I don't know. That was just weird. I thought there was going to be like cooler stuff, because but I'll get that I'll get to that after, because I said that after. But with the Gon and Kahlua scene when they get ate, Kahlua saves them because he somehow still had one of the cans of bad soda that Tonpa gave them, and just spilled it out and caused the frog to yak them up and throw them up. And in my opinion, that kind of reinforces the idea that Tonpa is a good guy, because if he didn't try and deceive them and sabotage them, being the rookie crusher with the soda, if Kahlua didn't have the soda, they would have been ate. They would have been stuck in that frog in waiting and would have lost. So I know that like the test isn't always the same. It happens every year, but it is different locations, right? And it's like different events, different exams, different phases. So it's not like every year they go through this tunnel and go through Swindler's swamp and have to deal with these things. So it's not like Tonpa knew that, oh, you're going to want this soda because it'll help you later on. It was kind of just like he was playing the good guy to try and get people disqualified before they get ate and killed and whatever. And I guess this indirectly is like, oh, thank God Tonpa gave them the spiked soda, because they would have been screwed otherwise. But like I was saying, I didn't really like the Swindler Swamp, like what actually took place in it with the animals, that in episode 4 was being hyped as in, if you get deceived, you're dead. If you lose sight of me, which everybody did, you didn't even see Satots for the entire thing. If you lose sight of me, you're not getting to second phase, which wasn't the case because you didn't see him at all in the entire episode. I didn't like the actual dynamics with the animals and stuff. I thought it could be like I don't want to see a dinosaur tortoise hybrid and a fat frog. I wanted to see some cooler stuff. Like the man-faced ape was actually like deception. The only true deceit I feel happened was whatever that bird was, the ruse raven, who imitated the voice of Satots, and everybody was like, "Oh, there he is," and then go running to him, and they all fall off a cliff, and there's just spikes at the bottom of the cliff, and they're just impaled and dead. That's where I was like, "God damn, these fucking." The censorship is gone. There was censorship with Hisoka cutting off the guy's arms. Apparently in the manga, he just straight up cut them off. But in the show, they turn to flowers. The censorship's gone because these people just got impaled and killed, like a whole group of them. So that to me was like the only true deceit that you actually saw in the episode. That was actually like, oh, that was actually cool. But the title of the episode was Hisoka is so sneaky, and I was waiting. When are we going to see some Hisoka? I need to see more of his abilities. He's such a badass. I want to see him get more screen time. That's the title episode. I want to see Hisoka, and right here we got Hisoka of Hisoka. See, is it Hisoka or Hisoka or whatever? I'm saying Hisoka. Hisoka is surrounded by these other applicants who like team up. I don't know if they were already a group or they decided to team up, and who tell him to quit and like disqualify himself and to give up being a hunter because he's too dangerous and unworthy to be a hunter. So it's either like you're going to quit or we're going to kill you, which you got to be ultra cocky to be thinking that you guys are going up face versus Hisoka. And Hisoka says, "Oh, since you guys want to play examiner, I'll play examiner too." And just whips out his card from his hand, badass magician style, and just spins in a circle. And I'm going to guess in one fell swoop, just slits everybody's throats. That's what they didn't show like blood gushing out or like their throats actually getting slit, but that's what I can just imagine. Because if you're going like eye level and just spin in a circle like this, all their throats are slit. And so that was just badass. And then he kills the leader by the leader is a straight puss because he didn't get killed somehow. I guess he just threw his pawns in. Okay, circle this guy and kill him. And the guy's just like, yeah, I'm going to chill in the back. You do you. I'm a watch. And so watches all of his boys, his homeboys, his homies just get their throats slit, fall to the ground. He crawls away like a puss. And Hisoka just just throws cards into the back of his head, killing him. What? That was badass. All I need to see out of Hisoka, but I want more. He's like a drug. I just need to see more of him. And so, and Kurapika and Leorio witnessed this, and Kurapika is the smart one because she's the one of reason, rationale, logic. Leorio's the one of emotion and like I don't know any other words to like tie into like emotion, but my boy Leorio returned because he's the more emotional, compassionate, tempestuous, temperamental one. He couldn't stand to run away from like what he just witnessed without doing something. He couldn't just run away. He had to return. That's why I love him. Like Kurapika had no problem running away because she's the logical one. It's completely logical and rational to get out of there. Your flight or fight response, you're dipping because you would lose to combat because Kurapika says that anyways. They can't win in combat. They're going to lose. They should run. But Leorio, knowing that anyways, he couldn't stand to run away and not act on what he just witnessed, regardless if he would win or lose. But I don't understand, again, because we see Hisoka has magical abilities, either as a master magician, and it's all just like an illusion, and he's just a master magician, or he actually has the ability to vanish and reappear and teleport and stuff. I don't know. But he uses them on Leorio, and that scene was badass. It was just because he's not like the brutish, just he can punch his way out of any conflict, or it's not the physicalness, it's the finesse and the intricacy and the nuance of everything, of just like how instead of just brute force, it's dodging, weaving, teleporting, vanishing, reappearing, the mind games, the illusions. Hisoka is so sneaky, and then just needs to flick a card at the back of your head. But he just uses all those abilities on Leorio, and Leorio has no match, because like what do you do against that? The man's is literally disappearing in front of your eyes. But like I said, my boy Leorio returns. Another one of my boys, Gon. Because Gon left Kahlua because he was like, where the hell are Kurapika and Leorio? Gon appears out of nowhere to defend and save Leorio, and he actually manages to land a shot with his fishing rod on Hisoka's cheek, which I can imagine is a big deal. Like, I wonder if anybody's ever been able to do that before, because Leorio couldn't do it. Kurapika was confident she couldn't do it. He's just so formidable and so intimidating and so skilled. I can imagine it even didn't scare Hisoka, because Hisoka don't get scared. It like impressed Hisoka that he managed to actually land a shot on him, which is just so impressive out of Gon. Again, a 12-year-old going from catching the same fish that his dad caught to be able to pursue the hunter's exam, to then like something as simple as saving what's his name from the ship, saving well, this is why I go back in my notes, saving Katso, the water boy on the boat, and being able to figure out who the Kiriko is, and being able to attack that shapeshifter guy. And so it's just, again, his physical abilities are just amazing. I have so many notes. I'm just trying to figure out where the hell I just left off. Yeah, where did I leave off? Okay. And Gon continues to try and attack Hisoka by trying to hit him with the fishing rod lure again. And Hisoka's just dodging every shot like it's no big deal. Like it's the Matrix slow motion bullet time type thing. Just pew, pew. Like Peter Parker in the first Spider-Man when he's trying to dodge that guy's punches when they're having a fight in the hallway, and just blocking. But it was weird of how Hisoka said he liked the look on Gon's face. Probably he was impressed with like the tenacity and the viciousness and just the determination in Gon's face. He had no fear. There was like, it was all just in the moment. Like Gon had balls, and I think Hisoka was just like, I respect that. And then Leorio tries to come back up and tries to attack Hisoka too, but he just gets knocked the fuck out with an uppercut. And Hisoka then overpowers Gon, because Gon knew that he's not going to land into these hits, so he tries to distract him by striking the ground in front of Hisoka, creating this dust cloud. And somehow, again, his superhuman physical ability and agility gets behind him and tries to hit him, but Hisoka's too smart and he's too fast. Just as Gon is falling, just grabs him by the throat, like Ice King to Arya style, Game of Thrones, and just holds him there and chokes him in midair. And Hisoka just very weirdly like laughs, and like he sounds a little too into it. He says he enjoys seeing Gon's pain, which was odd, but Gon's face wasn't of fear. It was, again, he like looked angry, looked determined, like he had no fear. It was all adrenaline, like, and I think that's what Hisoka liked. And I'll get more into that in a little bit. So, and right before Gon is about to pass out, Hisoka like looks like shocked, not shocked, but like comes to realize, oh, Gon's about to pass out, lets him go because he looked worried, and so Gon falls. And this is what blew my mind because Gon, and this is what blew my mind because he tells Gon, don't worry, Leorio isn't dead. I'm not going to kill your friend. Leorio, in fact, passed. And you're like, wait, passed what? And Gon passed as well. And Hisoka even said, like, you passed too. Go on and become a good hunter. And I'm like, what is going on? Complete spin zone. After Hisoka says that, Hisoka gets a call on his phone from somebody. You can't really make out his voice at all, and it says that, the guy tells Hisoka that he should return because we are almost at the second phase. So somebody in the group of applicants is working with Hisoka, and he's teaming up with somebody. If they're like in this group or this organization or like this covert whatever, but Hisoka is working with somebody, and so that ends. Flipping the page of my notes. I'm on page. Let's just see what page I'm on. Okay, so I already talked about page 1, talked about page 2, talked about page 3, talked about page 4. Now we're on page 5 out of 7. So he hangs up and says okay. So Hisoka hangs up the phone and he tells Gon it's good to have friends, which I think is a very important line because it is important to have friends. And Hisoka hangs up the phone and looks to Gon and says it's good to have friends, which is an important line. It's not a hard-hitting line, but it's a very important line to me. That's why I start it, because I feel like that's a very important aspect of the show. It's good to have friends. You can't do this alone. If you're going to succeed, you can't do it alone. And Gon has Kurapika, Leorio, and Kahlua now. And I feel like almost Hisoka is going to be a friend too. But the entire aspect of even Hisoka's working with someone like Hisoka, who everybody thinks is just like this one-man wolf pack and this army of one. He's working with somebody. He has some friends. He has some allies. And even he's not doing this alone. It's good to have friends because if you have friends, you have other people's back and they have your back. And that's exactly what happened here. Gon was willing to sacrifice getting through the first phase with Kahlua to come back and save Leorio and Kurapika. And I love when Hisoka leaves, he just puts Leorio on his shoulder to bring him back to the end of the first phase. It's just complete silence except for the steady breathing of Gon, not a gasping of like fear or like complete exhaustion, but just like this steady, calm breathing from Gon. Like, yes, you exerted yourself and you're probably very tired, but it's not like this fearful gasping or this whimpering or this like, it was just like this, like he was completely calm. Like now he can relax. I thought that was very cool. Just a complete silence except for the breathing of Gon is the only thing you hear. So the only other time we see Kahlua is at the end of the second phase, and he's just standing there alone. Like I said, Gon went back to save his friends. Kahlua didn't. Kahlua doesn't have friends. Kahlua kept on going. And like Hisoka said, it's good to have friends. Kahlua is going to have to start understanding a loyalty aspect, and that Gon going back, Leorio would have been defeated, possibly killed. Who knows? Something could have happened. But just the fact that I said in the beginning that Kahlua, not seeing Kahlua that much in this episode speaks more about his character than it doesn't. Not seeing Kahlua in this episode where the important lesson in this episode, it's good to have friends. We didn't see Kahlua. Kahlua needs to join like the God Squad. Kahlua doesn't understand the importance of the community aspect, the group, having someone have your back and you having someone else's back. He's just in it for like a game. It's like a game. It's literally a game to him because he said, I'm not even interested in becoming a hunter. I just want to see how hard this thing is. And I think he's going to learn very fast that he's going to want to have people in his corner and he needs to be in other people's corner. It's the two-way street. And so after we see Kahlua, we see applicant number 301 on his chest put away the phone. The same phone that you can obviously infer is the one that called Hisoka. Who's 301? It's the weird clown dude. The guy who I was like, why do you have these acupuncture needles or weird dots or whatever all over your face and body? And he has like this, I didn't even notice that he has almost like the same style fit as him with like that weird torso midsection piece of clothing or whatever, kind of the same top. And it's all green, and they kind of look like that weird like magician magic circus type thing of he's that Hisoka's the card guy, has the makeup with the star and the tear and the clubs, and I forget what the other one, it was the clubs, and it's either the hearts, spades, or diamonds. I forget what the other emblem was on his chest. And the other guy, applicant 301, the weird guy who I want to know more about, kind of has that same look to him. I probably should have inferred that they two are working together, but they just never played into that at all. So it was like, holy shit, this is a shock. So when Gon and Kurapika are trying to make their way to the end of the first phase and the beginning of the second phase, it's kind of cool how it plays into the beginning of the episode where Gon tried to physically smell the bloodlust in the air from Hisoka, and Kahlua was being metaphorical there. Gon can literally smell and track Leorio's cologne to be able to find their way to the second phase. So where it was showing his naivety and his childhood innocence and his gullibleness in the beginning, now it's actually playing into his favor, where that instinctive, one with nature, earthly self is again playing to his advantage. Kurapika tries to like decipher what that whole conflict was, what that whole interaction with Hisoka and Gon was, which is just the main importance of this episode, which has me thinking so much and just ties into all these like philosophies and overall themes of the entire show. Kurapika tells Gon that Hisoka was probably acting as a judge, and he has his own personal standards for his fellow applicants that he's trying to become that are also trying to become a hunter like him, to see who is actually worthy to be alongside him to be a hunter. And so Hisoka is trying to be a hunter. He wants to compete with people that are on his level and are worthy to be alongside him. It ties into the whole aspect of who you like decide to associate yourself with, who you decide to be friends with. And because you are who you associate yourself with. If you hang out and are friends with jerks and assholes and arrogant people, you're going to be perceived as being a jerk and an asshole and an arrogant person because their negative traits latch onto you. That's why you only want positive people around you. That's why you keep your circle small, because then you know you have your good friends, and you know that your friends are good people. So then I start thinking about the whole thing of, okay, Hisoka has this baseline, this set of standards that need to be met in his mind. And how did Leorio pass? How did Gon pass his test? Him judging them. So you think of Gon. Gon is worthy because he was willing to give up reaching the second phase. He was running with Kahlua. He was willing to give all that up to run back and save his friends. He was defending himself and Leorio acting honorably. It was all in honor. Nothing in terms of spite, anger, the lust for violence, or getting even, or like ignorant, arrogant means. He also managed to actually land his first shot on Hisoka. which I don't think anybody's ever been able to do. So he played smart and tried to trick Hisoka, so he was clever, and didn't look afraid when Hisoka had him at his throat. It was that, again, that pure like determination, trying to defend and save his friend, no fear in his eyes, and that's why Hisoka liked that. So Gon is worthy in that respect. Leorio passes and is worthy because he was also honorable, and because he refused to run away from the murders that he just witnessed without avenging them. Now, I wouldn't consider them murders because Hisoka was technically defending himself, but regardless how Leorio views that, he wasn't willing to just run away and just let that happen. He came back to defend his personal honor and even like the respect of the people who just died. And because he values life, we've learned that from episode 4. Leorio knew he couldn't win in combat, but engaged anyways because his conscience couldn't let him do anything. So he's a very honorable man. Hisoka, to me, Hisoka's tests, Hisoka as judge, to me, all he cares about are a person's character, their convictions, their motives, their morals, their ethics. That's what he looks in a person. And that's why Gon and Leorio pass, because they have good morals and good ethics, strong motives, they're righteous in their convictions, they have a good character, because even Kurapika said to Gon, she thinks that Hisoka must see them as kindred spirits. So then you think about, okay, what has Hisoka done so far? Hisoka cut the arms off that man in the tunnel in episode 3 because he was arrogant and didn't apologize for his bumping into him. So Hisoka judged him by his actions. He has a bad character. Now, Hisoka took that a little too far, acting on a shoulder bump by cutting the guy's arms off. But if we're simply going down to how you judge a person's character, if a person bumped me in the shoulder, like just checked me and didn't apologize, I would think, you're an asshole. And so he also attacked Satots because he knew there were only two possibilities. He was either an imposter who deserves to die. He was just one of those man-faced apes. So he's an imposter, deserves to die. Or he is who he says he is, and he's also a hunter because he said that the examiners are hunters and therefore would be able to block his attack. So he knew he wouldn't be killing him. So there was no lose-lose situation right there. And he killed the group of people that surrounded him because they acted on spite, anger, lust, wanting to play examiner. And also, the last guy crawled away in fear from his dead allies. That's not worthy. You saw your allies get killed, and you crawl away in fear. You're a coward. So, you're not worthy. You stay like Leorio wasn't even involved in the thing, and Leorio returned from running away to avenge those people and couldn't just run away because his conscience wouldn't let him. And the leader of those people crawled away in fear, and that's why he got killed. So I think that's, if you look at all of Hisoka's actions, they have justifications to them, however you want to view those justifications. And you look at those people didn't pass. Well, you look at the inverse of those people, and you see Gon and Leorio who are worthy and who pass. So now Hisoka is just a more interesting character. We are on the last page of notes here. To me, Hisoka can view Gon, and possibly Leorio too, but mainly Gon, he can view them as equals, which I think is very important too. Hisoka has these standards that he wants everybody else to meet, because he wants everybody else involved as an applicant, everybody next to him. They're all trying to become hunters. He's trying to become hunter. He wants them all to be worthy to stand next to him and also pursue the same thing he's trying to pursue. So he wants everybody to be on the same playing field. He wants to view everybody as an equal. So the people he is competing against, they are worthy to actually compete against him. They have the skill and the potential to be hunters just like him. But then you can view it as Kurapika told Gon, not trying to be insensitive, Gon, but killing you now might have been a waste. So you can view it as either way of Hisoka spared them because they're worthy enough to continue on being hunters and alongside him. And it's kind of like it'd be a waste to kill you now because you could be a useful asset later down the road if you need help or if you guys need to team up. You have strong partners, you have strong people next to you. There are no people holding back. There's no weaknesses. There's no weaknesses among the group. There's no betas, only alphas. But the main thing in this episode that really got it through my head, because I said it last episode too, is the fact that nobody is a black or white character, and this episode conveyed that exactly. Nobody is black or white. Nothing is black or white. The plots are not black or white. The ideas are not black or white. Your morals, your ethics, your philosophies are not black and white. Everything is gray. Not even your own thoughts while you're watching the show, not even your own thoughts and opinions, because they're continuously tested, just like the applicants are being tested. As the applicants are being tested on the show, you're being tested in your own thoughts as well at the same time, because they're all being tested in this episode. And while that's happening, I'm being tested because I'm witnessing the fact that Hisoka is not a black or white character. He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. I'm constantly having to go back and forth because I'm being tested on my own ideas and opinions and my, what do you want to call it? My biases and my prejudices of how I originally viewed Hisoka. He is a great character. I ended this episode feeling like, oh my God, is Hisoka a good guy? Does he have redeemable qualities? Is he on Gon and Kurapika and Killua and Leorio's side? Like, he's such a mysterious character, and that's the entire point. You don't know his motives. You don't know his reasoning. You don't know what's going on. It's continuously being snowballed and grown on, and you just gain all this information, and nothing is black or white, and that's so fascinating. 2 episodes ago, you think Hisoka is objectively a villain. Now, I like him, and I want him to live so I can learn more about him. 2 episodes ago, completely different mindset to the episode I just finished right now. And it's just going to be like that with every character. But if there's one character that really needs to be developed now, it would obviously be Killua. He needs to develop a better character and sort out his priorities, because to me, he isn't worthy right now, because he doesn't have friends, really. Gon is more of an acquaintance, because maybe Gon would be upset with him in the next episode, I don't know because I haven't watched it yet, that Killua just kept going forward and Gon went back to save his friends, because Gon has their back and he knows that Kurapika and Leorio have his back. Killua didn't go with Gon, so Gon knows that Killua doesn't have my back, so I'm not going to have Killua's back. Or maybe Gon is so worthy and so righteous that despite Killua having a bad character and bad traits and not having my back, I'm going to have his back anyways. So Killua needs to develop more as a character, because Killua, it's not all physical skill. It's good to have friends. Hisoka said that himself. I would listen to Hisoka. Again, that's the most important line in this episode to me. It's good to have friends. It's not all physical skill. You have to earn your trust and friendship with loyalty. You gotta build those friendships and those loyalties with other people. Killua just needs to develop more on a mental level, a maturity level, a emotional level, because, like I said, it's not all physical skill. I would say Killua is cool because, like he said, he developed a resistance to poison. You can see in the intro cutscene, the intro, that he can fight these enemies so nonchalantly, casually. So he's a good fighter. He only joined this hunter's exam to see if it's really as hard as it is. So he's physically capable of doing it, but it's not all based on physical skill. He needs to develop more as a better person. But yeah, that is 7 pages worth of notes right here. Another 45-minute discussion, I think that's really good. 2 times longer than the actual episode we reacted to, and it's only episode 5. I feel like it's just going to exponentially grow the amount of notes I'm going to have to take as the storylines get more complicated, as story arcs start to converge and transfer, and you learn more about characters, and the characters get more complex, the plot gets more complex. We get more characters coming on screen, more characters we have to learn about and are interacting with everybody. It's just gonna get insane. So I actually bought 3 more notebooks. So I have 3 more of these thick notebooks on deck for when I need them, because I know I'm gonna be going through this in no time. And again, my mouth is severely dry because I just went on a rant for 45 minutes discussing this without any drink of water. So I think I'm going to end the video there, guys. I think in this 45-minute post-episode discussion, I got everything I have to say out there. At least I hope so. So if you enjoyed the video, guys, leaving a like to let me know is awesome. And better yet, if you want to stay in the loop on all of my uploads, especially this Let's Watch Hunter x Hunter series, be sure to subscribe to stay in the loop on all of my uploads. Last but not least, keep the conversation going down in the comments section below so I can connect to you guys as my audience some more, because that is the most important thing to me, developing a community, keeping the conversation going so we can connect more on the thing that's bringing us all together here, the things we love to talk about. Right now it's Hunter x Hunter, and you guys so far in the past 4 episodes have been on top of it, just comment after comment, keeping the conversation going, just from little small sentences of support that I appreciate to full-on paragraphs of discussions and analyses and theories, and I just love it all. Just love connecting with you guys. So having said all that, and with that said, so long, farewell, until next time, this is Jughead, thank you, and have a good one.